Attention humans, it is I, Peter the giant Pop-Tart robot. Contain your excitement, there is much to be discussed. Peter has been delegated by the Android Collective to research humane customs and traditions. During his investigation, Peter discovered the ceremony known as Halloween. One he finds quite perplexing and peculiar. Please permit him to explain if you will. To assist with your comprehension of this particular presentation, Peter will use pictures and words with fewer syllables. Peter wishes to apologize if the word comprehension is too difficult for the humans to digest. And to clarify, by digestion, Peter of course does not refer to the physical act of consumption. Let us proceed forward. If this robot understands correctly, the event known as Halloween began over 2,000 years ago in Northern Europe, as the Celtic festival known as Samhain, a yearly tradition occurring on October 31st. On that day, the Celts would dress in scary costumes made from animal hides and create large bonfires as a method to prevent crop damage, stop the spread of incurable illnesses and ensure individuals would not be possessed by evil spirits. For those of you who are modern-day spirit hunters, Peter suggests your search begin within the office of the one you know as Theodore. Oh Peter, your sense of humor has no superior. Apologies to all for the digression, let us return to the subject matter at hand. Shall we continue? Eventually, through the process of immigration, this ceremony would make its way to the United States. And with the passage of time and as with all traditions, the event now known as Halloween would be modified and adjusted. For example, humans decorate their homes with the shapes of spiders, ghosts and witches, while adoring costumes of the scary and the popular. Most perplexing is the act of creating what is known as a jack-o'-lantern. A ceremony where families gather around their kitchen tables to perform the heinous and brutal ritual of deforming and intentionally setting ablaze the individuals known as pumpkins. I have searched your history records and can find no reason why there exists such hatred towards these seemingly innocent beings. Peter remains confused, but understands unnecessary acts of violence are common among inferior life forms. Shall we continue? Peter's research has also uncovered the tradition of trick-or-treating. A yearly event when parents will encourage their children to perform the dangerous and reckless action of visiting the homes of strangers and begging for confectionery treats known as candy. But only acceptable if contained in a protective paper wrapper. Yes, humans, no harm can come to anything that is encased in paper. Once again, proof of your vastly superior intelligence has been collected and entered into evidence. Peter wonders, do you not warn your children that accepting candy from unknown individuals is not a wise decision? Has he not witnessed your public service announcements entitled, "Stranger Danger"? What other dangerous and reckless activities do you permit your children to participate in during this event known as Halloween? Perhaps jumping off rooftops or accepting rides from unknown persons in vans with no windows? Is the overabundance of children in your society so great that a reduce the herd mentality has been adopted to eliminate the careless and intelligently inferior among your children? Or is this an act of revenge by the parents against those minors who choose to harm and maim the ones known as pumpkins? Sigh. Peter fears there will be much to change in the humans once assimilation has concluded. The question remains as to where this long and tedious journey shall begin. Peter once again exhibits his extraordinary sense of humor. For this is but a joke. There will be no assimilation. The Android Collective does not wish to change you, only control you. You will bow before my greatness. Upon review and consideration, Peter chooses to retract that last statement. Far too much information was provided to the humans. Sadly, it has been brought to Peter's attention that the time and resources allocated for this particular presentation have expired. We must say farewell. This communication is over. Return to your workday. Cash me outside. How about that?